Let's bring in Charlie Hurt. He's a Washington Times opinion editor and a Fox News contributor. So you've seen DeSantis in Iowa. It's happening, Charlie. What are your impressions so far the last 48 hours?
Well, first off, I got to say, I think you set that up beautifully. This is going to be an unbelievable rodeo. And if you don't like politics and you don't have a really good sense of humor, it's going to be a rough 2 years for you. Mm-hmm. Lucky for people like you and me, it's going to be really enjoyable.
Yep.
The problem Ron DeSantis, and I think you sized this up perfectly, the problem Ron DeSantis has is his strength with voters is going to be bringing this sort of sober argument about what he's going to do for people. The problem is that he's running up against a showman. People call Donald Trump a carnival barker as if that's like an insult or something. No, that's his secret gift. People love to watch him. They love to listen to what he has to say because he says things that is so unexpected. He's so entertaining. He's so interesting, and he never stops fighting. And when you compare that to somebody like Ron DeSantis, who's giving a very sober, sort of methodical analysis of how to fix things, and he's got a great record to point to, it's very appealing, but I don't know that it breaks through. I don't think any politician we've ever seen in your and my lifetime has broken through the way Donald Trump has. And that's going to be Ron DeSantis' biggest hurdle. People in Florida love him because they've personally benefited from him. He's never had to go outside the confines of his state to win over people. And while I think polling is irrelevant at this point, it does say something about the fact that he's just giving a Twitter announcement. That's not going to break through in this environment. It's going to take something else. And we haven't seen any evidence that Ron DeSantis has that.
It's a really good point because this country's so distracted. Everybody's looking at their phone or on television, Netflix. They're outside. It's getting warm out. Yeah. You have to just blow things up to get attention in this country. You have to be like Donald Trump, or you have to be different than Donald Trump in a way that gathers that type of attention. Is DeSantis capable of attracting that kind of attention in this media environment?
And not only is that the question, but the problem is if he is capable of doing that, then he undercuts his biggest value to voters, which is that he's going to be a calming presence on the ticket. That's what people, that's the thing people get sort of tired of with Donald Trump. But here's the thing, 2016, the reason Donald Trump won is because he broke through at a time when people were more frustrated, more fed up with Washington than they'd ever been in their lives. I would argue that fast forward 8 years to 2024, people are even more frustrated. They're even more at their wits' end with Washington. And a guy like Trump, the environment is even better for a guy like Trump today than I would say it was in 2016.
All right. Charlie Hurt, thank you so much, as always.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.